What is going on, garden fans? Welcome back to the Permaculture Homestead. Happy New Year. I can say that. This is my first video of the year. I hope your winter solstice was good and your New Year's was just as good. I want to start by saying a big thank you to all of my new subscribers. I see within the past couple months I'm getting pretty close to hitting about 15,000. So thank you so much to all the new people jumping on board. You joined at a good time. This is going to be a big year, our 6th year at this Suburban homestead. To all the old heads who have been here since the beginning, I really appreciate your patience. Thanks for sticking around and continually supporting what we are doing here. I'm just trying to spread the love of permaculture. We're going to have a lot going on this year, our 6th year at this location. The project farm is going on 3 years, and there's going to be some pretty big changes there too. Without further ado, come on back. Let me just show you a couple things. It's a lot dead back here, so just a quick little peek at what's going on. Appreciate y'all watching. Please like, share, and subscribe as always. God bless. What is going on, garden fans? This is a brand new phone I am testing out today on our winter walkabout. So let me know how the picture quality and audio quality is for you. Appreciate the feedback as always. For all the new people, we live on 2,000 square feet in the suburbs, and we are growing an abundance of perennial and annual crops, permaculture style, and providing for ourselves a good portion of our own food supply. Currently it's winter, so we got a lot of brassicas growing, collards, kale, parsleys still kicking around, mint is still alive, we have lemon balm all over the place. Here's some mint. And we use these things. I make herb salads, I put in herbs with my salad. And this is kind of how we're trying to supplement our food supply here. The more you can grow, the better off you're going to be. So a lot of kale, a lot of collards. Here is an artichoke coming up. This will end up being a Jerusalem artichoke. And currently that's what's growing on right now, really, just the annual stuff. All the perennials have dropped their leaves. Spring is certainly coming up and coming around soon. Rosemary never dies in zone 8. A few other things that don't ever die for us are garlic chives, onions. And you're going to see a lot of weeds around the food forest. This right here is chickenweed. And I love this weed. It is a very easy weed to pull up. It's a great ground cover. And at this time of the year, I can feed it to my chickens. I mean, while I got it, let's use it. It's called chicken weed. Check this out. Come here, girls. I've got 5 chickens that supply us with an abundance of eggs. And even in these cold temperatures with limited sun, we're getting about 4 eggs max per day. On average, we're getting 3 eggs. And for the most part, we've been doing good. We've even been saving up enough of these eggs to sell. So I sell a dozen eggs to people I work with, and these chickens are now paying for themselves at $2 a dozen. My rabbit. I want to give you all an update on my rabbit, because it seems the rabbit videos I put out are always the most disliked. Everybody's peculiar about rabbits for some reason. Maybe it's just because they're so cute. But my bunny is on a tractoring system here, where I put her on a piece of land. She eats, she scratches, she manures, she fertilizes, and the plants next to her cage here are now going to benefit because of that. And then what I do is just move her cage along. In fact, let me move this cage along a little more here today. And what she can do is chew up all this chicken weed, chew up all the dead wire grass. She leaves her fertilizer behind. And then things like autumn olive and elderberry and bay leaf over here and mulberry can benefit from having my rabbit here in the landscape. And as you see, she leaves a nice little mess right behind her, which is perfect. Eventually, before spring starts and things start blooming, I'm going to be coming back here and wood chipping the entire food forest. We're going to get a good layer of wood chips over the whole place. Another project I got before spring rolls around is chopping down peach trees. These 2 peach trees have been here from the very beginning, and they're big. They're big, they're 20, 30 feet tall. And the problem that I have with them is that the pests usually get to them before me, or the weather has been killing them the past 2 years. We've had very late freezes, especially at a time when these have already budded out and started to flower. So I've had one issue after another with these peach trees. And as you can see, they're wanting to kind of bud out already. The last frost in Zone 8, South Carolina is scheduled for March the 15th, roundabout. And if these guys flower out and we get a frost, so long peach crop. So I'm kind of done growing peaches. I may graft some plums that we have here in the back to the stock here. These plums have always done really well for us in the 3 years that they've been growing. We got a Santa Rosa and a Methley plum for pollination right next to each other. Chickens do a great job fertilizing that. And what I got underneath these peach trees are pawpaw trees. And all the pawpaws I have growing are amazing. They're doing great. This has been the hardiest of hardy plants. It's taken 5 years for them to get as tall as they have gotten. They've spread runners all over the place already. So this is a very strong tree. It's showing me that it likes this landscape. And by cutting down my peach trees here, I'm gonna provide these pawpaws a little more sun. They are understory plants in the beginning years of their life, but as they get taller and bigger, of course, they become a nice overstory. So I'm expecting this to become the dominant overstory species. And I companion plant everything with everything. Not too far from this pawpaw, I have an autumn olive. Autumn olive is a nitrogen fixing shrub. It does produce a berry, super rich in antioxidants. Lycopene too, I believe. I'm thinking about goji berry. Anyway, I companion plant everything here. The more diversity you can have, the better off you're going to be. We're going to be mixing up the diversity here a little bit. I'm doing my best to start spreading some of the raspberries while I have blackberries growing everywhere and amongst everything. This is a blackberry growing on a fig tree. You know, they're doing great together. They're not upset. The fig tree isn't hurt by having these blackberry canes grow up around it. If anything, my fig is more protected. Gets a little shade at the base of it during the summer. Polyculturing works though, garden fans. You really should be incorporating polycultures, companion planting into your home garden or orchard. Kind of builds up some redundancy too. If one crop fails, you may have another one that comes up behind it. The elderberry hedge that I've pruned back in the fall is already springing up some growth. We've had a really warm winter so far. I'm hoping it can just stay cool for another month or so. Water catchment, water storage, another vital part of any homestead. We have 900 gallons of water storage here. 3 tanks for 3 swales. Swale 1, swale 2, and then swale 3. The longer I've done this, the less maintenance I find myself doing. I have scheduled disturbances. I come out here a couple times a year. I prune, I wood chip, and I harvest. And with a little bit of setup, a little bit of design science applied to your home orchard, you could have a diverse food forest too. This is pineapple guava. I expect these guys to definitely get much bigger this season. Flower again, maybe fruit. We'll see. As always, I appreciate y'all watching. Keep in touch for more. It's going to be a big year. Thank you for all your support. Please like, share, and subscribe, as always. God bless.